Okay. So another accounting video again, another day. Another sakit ng ulo na naman po tayo today. So trade and other receivables po tayo dito. Part 2 naman tayo and let's solve illustrations to apply all the concepts that we've learned in our previous discussion. So illustration number 1, sabi dyan, a Roma company used the net price method of accounting for cash discounts. In one of its transactions on December 26, 2021, the entity sold merchandise with a list price of 5 million pesos to a customer who has given a trade discount of 20%, 10%, and 5%. So, inet mo na yan. Ito na yan. Yung total trade discount natin is nasa, or yung total invoice price na natin is nasa 3.420,000. Credit terms were 4/10. Ibig sabihin, meron ka daw cash discounts na magre-receive na 4% for every 10 days o kapag nagbayad ka within 10 days. And sinabi dyan, the goods were shipped FOB destination, freight collect, o FOB destination. So, at the date of receipt lang dapat nagre-recognize ng sales. Freight collect, ibig sabihin nagbayad kay buyer. Or nagbayad si buyer ng shipping fee. Total freight charge paid by the customer was 100,000 on December 27, 2021. The customer returned damaged goods originally billed at 500 pesos. So, binalik daw yung goods, 500 pesos. So, sige. So, ito muna tayo, guys. Simulan natin to. So, yung total invoice price na is nasa 2,420,000. Eh, nagkaroon daw ng return of goods. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo daw talaga naibenta yung 500,000. Originally billed, ibig sabihin ng bill natin dito, invoice price na yung 500,000. So, binalik na yung 500,000. So, 3,420 less 500,000. Yung total sale mo lang daw talaga is nasa 2,920,000. Okay, ganyan yan. Tapos, meron kang discount of 4% times 4%, 2,920,000 times 4%, that is equal to 116,800 less 2,920,000. Yung total receivable mo lang talaga is nasa 2,803,200. Yan yung total receivable mo lang, 2,803,200. Ngayon dito, nagbayad si customer ng 100 pesos. So isipin mo ulit, FOB destination, who owns the good? The seller. Who paid the freight? The buyer. Sino dapat ang magbayad ng freight? Si seller. Ang nagbayad, si buyer, ibig sabihin yung 100,000 is deduction doon sa accounts receivable natin. So yung total AR mo lang is nasa 2,803,200 pero babawasan mo yan ng 100,000 kasi yung total daw na makokolekta mo na is nasa 2,703,200 kasi yung 100,000 daw ibabawas daw doon sa makokolekta na doon sa babayaran sa'yo ni customer. Kasi ang nagbayad ng shipping fee, si customer, na ang dapat magbabayad is ikaw. So ito lang talaga yung total receivable mo. 2,703,200. Tanong, what is the net realizable value of the accounts receivable? Letter C. 2,703,200. Okay, inalis natin ha. Sir, question dyan, magkano yung allowance for cash discount natin? Ito yan, 116,800. Okay, so that is for illustration number 1. Illustration number 2, sabi dyan, what amount should be reported as trade accounts receivable at year-end? So, isa-isahin natin. Accounts known to be worthless. O pag worthless, hindi na yan receivable, di ba? Nag-write off ka na, ignore yan. Advance payment to creditors on purchase order or advances, hindi yan trade, non-trade yan. Advances to affiliated entities o advances, non-trade ulit yan. Ano ba yung definition ng trade natin? Mga receivables na nanggagaling kasi nagbenta ka or nag-provide ka ng services. Tapos in the ordinary course of business. Ito, customers accounts reporting credit balance and arising from sales return. Uy, customer, dapat trade. Pero kasi credit balance sa accounts receivable, kung meron kang T-account accounts receivable, nandito daw yung balance natin. Alam mo, ito is considered as advances yan. Tama. It is considered as advances. So, this is a non-trade also. Interest receivable, ay hindi yan galing sa customer. So, non-trade lang din ulit yan. Trade accounts receivable, unassigned. Regardless kung assigned or unassigned yung trade accounts receivable, meron kasi tayong assignment na discussion dyan. Okay, which is nasa receivable financing na next video discussion na lang yon. Pero pag trade, nabasa mo yung trade na yan, nako, alam natin yan for sure, trade receivables na yan. Subscription receivable, itong subscription receivable, this is an equity account, contra equity yan. Okay, discuss na lang natin yan under shareholders equity na topic. Pero tandaan mo na lang, even though receivable yan, hindi yan part ng receivable mo. Hindi yan non-trade receivable. That is considered as an equity account. Okay, contra equity, specific to be precise. Next, trade accounts receivable assigned, finance company equity in assigned accounts is 500,000 regardless kung assigned yan, parehas yan, kasama yan sa trade or trade receivable natin. Trade installment including unearned finance charge of 50,000, okay, trade yan. Trade yan, pero yung 800,000 lang. Kasi yung 50,000 daw, finance yun. Pag finance charge yun, interest yun. Pag interest yan, non-trade receivable na yan. Next, trade accounts receivable from officer o kahit na officer yan, kung trade naman daw yan, this is considered as trade. Ibig sabihin, nagbenta ka kay officer. Next, trade accounts on which post-dated checks are held and no entries were made on receipt of checks. O yung 200,000 na yan, still, trade yan. Kahit sinabi na, hindi sir, nagbayad na ng cheque. Hindi. Nagbayad ng cheque, yung binayad ng cheque, post-dated. O alam mo ngayon, nandoon tayo sa discussion ng cash. Pag post-dated check, hindi mo yan part ng cash, ano yan, i-reclassify mo yan into your accounts receivable, which is considered as trade. Trade tayo dyan. Magkano yung total trade natin? Ito ngayon yan, 2 million plus 1.5 plus 800 plus 150 plus 200, that is equal to 4,650,000. Illustration number 2, letter A. Okay, yan ha. Marunong ka na mag-classify kung trade or non-trade ha. Napakadali lang, tama. Pag nakita mo dyan, from customer, usually trade yan. Unless nga lang ito, na credit balance, advances yan. O pag nabasa mo yung word na trade dyan, o alam mo na, trade tayo dyan. Okay, next, illustration number 3. Marami tayong ginawang illustration dito. So sabi dyan, question, after further analysis of the age accounts receivable, it is determined that the allowance for doubtful accounts should be 200,000. What is the net realizable value of accounts receivable? What amount should be reported as accounts payable? Sige, illustration number 3. When examining the accounts of Brute Company, it is ascertained that balances relating to both receivables and payables are included in a single controlling account called receivable control. With a debit balance of 4,850, an analysis of the makeup of this account revealed the following. So, isa-isa na lang natin. Accounts receivable kay customer, debit. O, tama, part yan ng receivable. O, isama mo na yan, receivable. Trade accounts receivable, part din ng receivable yan. Naka-debit pa yan. O, debit balance, creditors. Uy, creditors, ibig sabihin utang. Ibig sabihin accounts payable. Pagka nahihirapan ka dun sa mga statement natin, gawan mo ng imagination, okay? I-illustrate mo on your own. Creditor, ibig sabihin utang yan. Debit balance, ibig sabihin nandito yan. Bawal yan. Bawal itong ganito. So, dapat nandito yan. Anong gagawin mo dito? Dapat magiging receivable yan, pero part ng advance. O, advances yan. Hindi yan accounts receivable. Ang tinatanong sa'yo dito, accounts receivable. Okay, kasi 'di ba, magkaiba yung accounts receivable mo sa advances. Kaya nga hiniwalay natin 'yan doon sa mga list of receivables natin. O, meron ka dito post-dated check from customer. O yan, part yan ng accounts receivable. Meron kang post-dated check na na-receive, post-dated pa nga, so receivable pa yan. Tapos nanggaling pa yan kay customer. Subscription receivable, ay nako, alam mo na yan, contra equity yan, ignore yan. Accounts payable for merchandise, at syempre, alam mo, accounts payable. Okay, accounts payable. Credit balance in customer's account. Uy, credit balance in customer's account. Customer, may AR. Credit balance daw. Hindi dapat yan dito. Dapat nandito yan. So, meron ka dyang receivable, pero advance. So, hindi yan part ng accounts receivable. This is advances from, this is advances to. Okay? Cash received in advance from customer. In advance nga ulit yan. O advance yan. Hindi yan part ng receivable. Part siya ng trade and other receivable. Pero yung hinahanap lang kasi dito specifically is accounts receivable. Okay? Meron tayong expected bad debts. That is allowance for doubtful accounts. Ang tinatanong, net realizable ng accounts receivable. Magkano ba accounts receivable mo dyan? Nasa 7,800,000 plus 500 plus 400, that is equal to 8,650,000. 700,000. Meron kang allowance. Yung allowance mo kasama yun sa net realizable. Pag hinahanap net realizable, that is equal to your receivable less your allowances. Pero pag accounts receivable lang, ito nasagot mo, 8.7. Pero since meron kang allowances and NRV yung hinahanap dyan, i-less mo yung 150,000, 8.7 less 150, that is equal to 8,550,000. Kaya number 1, this is equal to, okay, check ko lang. 8.7 less 150. That is equal to 8.550. Yan yung expected bad debts natin. Na huwag mong kakalimutan ito, sinabi dito, after further analysis, the age account receivable, it is determined that the allowance for doubtful accounts should be 200. Ayun, trick question lang pala itong 150,000. Trick statement lang pala yung 150,000. Dapat pala yung allowance for doubtful accounts natin is nasa 200,000 pesos. Okay, so 1.7 less 200, that is equal to 1,500,000. Kaya number 1, letter B. Okay. Illustration number 3, number 1, that is letter B. 8.5 million. Oh, wag kang magpapalin lang dito. Huwag kang papalin lang dito. Ito pala dapat. Should be ang sinabi dyan. Yan yung ending balance. Number 2, what is the amount or what amount should be reported as the accounts payable? O, magkano ba yung accounts payable natin dito? Nasa, ano na ba yan? Ito lang, 4.5. So, letter C tayo for number 2. Sir, hindi ba accounts payable yung advances advances 2? Hindi nga, advance nga. Magkaiba nga tayo yan. Magkaiba yung accounts payable mo sa advances natin. Okay, so next, illustration number 4. Sige, sabi dyan, what amount should be reported as accounts receivable? What amount should be reported as allowance for doubtful accounts? Isa-isahin natin. Wonder Company provided the following transactions after affecting accounts receivable during the current year. Meron ka dyang sales, cash and credit yan Meron daw sales, cash and credit. Ibig sabihin merong cash sales and merong credit sale. Yung 5.9, hahatiin mo daw yan sa cash sale and credit sale. Next, sabi, cash received from credit customer, all of whom took advantage of the discount feature of the credit term 4:10. So, naka-net yan. Ito yung total na nakolekta natin. O magkano yung accounts receivable dyan? Ibig sabihin, itong nakolekta na 3,024,000, naka 96% yan. So, hanapin mo yung 100%. 3,024,000 divided by 96%. Yung 100% is nasa 3,150,000. Kasi ibig sabihin, yung binawas mo sa accounts receivable, 3,150,000. Next, analyzation lang ito. Cash received from cash customer. Uy, kung yung cash daw na na-receive mo from cash customer is 2,100,000, yung total sales mo sa cash and credit sales is 5.9, magkano yung credit sales natin? O kung 5.9 yung total sales mo, 2.1 yung sa cash sale, yung total credit sale mo is nasa 3,800,000. This is the total credit sales. Diba? Next, accounts receivable written off as worthless. Okay, take note mo dyan. This is a write-off. Credit memorandum issued to the credit customer for sales, returns, and allowances of 215,000 o sales, return, and allowances. Sabi mo na lang dyan, deduction yan sa receivable natin. Kasi nga, ibinawas yan. Ni-return daw tayo. Ni-return daw yan. Next, cash refund given to cash customers for sales, returns, and allowances of 20,000. O cash refund naman yan Ibig sabihin, hindi naka-affect sa receivables natin. Okay, ni-refund mo lang yung cash ng customers. Next, recoveries on accounts receivable written off as an uncollectible in prior periods not included in the cash received from customers stated above. So, take note mo na lang, this is a recovery. Sagutan na natin. Okay, dito balances at January 1. Beginning balances daw ng AR ko 950, ADA ko 100,000. O mas maganda dito, gagawa na lang tayo ng T account. Okay, T account ko na lang yan dito Accounts receivable. Tapos sige, lagay ko din dito allowance for doubtful accounts. Pagkasahin ko. Beginning balance ng AR natin 950,000. Beginning balance ng allowance for doubtful accounts nasa 100,000. Meron kang credit sale of 3,800,000. Ito yan. Okay, natatandaan mo pa doon sa video discussion natin, yung T account natin. Yun yung guide natin Yun yung guide natin. Yung T account natin na yun. Next, Meron ka ditong collection, yan no, 3,150,000. Credit yan ng accounts receivable. Meron ka diyaang write-off. O yung write-off ko, anong entry mo sa write-off? Debit ADA, credit AR. Uy, nagbawas ako dito ng 50,000. And same as well, dapat meron akong deduction dito na 50,000. O tapos meron ka dito 250,000 of credit memo kasi nag-sales return o deduction yun sa accounts receivable mo of 250,000. Tapos meron kang recovery. Yung recovery mo, additional AR, deduction lang din sa AR. So, ignore na natin yan with regards to accounts receivable. Pero, meron yung additional ADA. Kapag may recovery, may additional ADA ka na 80,000 of accounts receivables. Tapos sinabi pa dito, the entity provided for doubtful accounts expense by crediting allowance for doubtful accounts in the amount of 70,000. So meron daw bad debts expense dito na 70,000. Okay, compute na natin. Wala naman na yan. Magkano AR natin? 950 plus 3.8 less 3,150 less 50 less 250 that is equal to 1,300,000. Ada natin magkano? 100 plus 80. 100 plus 80 plus 70 less 50 that is equal to 200,000. Anong tinatanong? Magkano daw ang accounts receivable natin? 1.3 letter A. So hindi ba net? Dapat ba 1.1? Hindi 1.1. Okay, kasi ang tinatanong lang AR, hindi net realizable value. Magkano yung allowance for doubtful accounts mo daw? Ito, 200,000 letter B for illustration number 4. Diba? Madali lang sa accounts receivable, diba? Practice pa. Konting practice pa. Meron pa tayo dito. Illustration number 5. Sabi sa illustration number 5, Von Company provided the following data for the current year in relation to accounts receivables. Meron tayong mga debits and meron tayong mga credits. Question, what amount should be reported as accounts receivable? What total amount is trade and other receivable under current asset? And what amount of other receivable should be reported under non-current asset? So, classification lang ulit to. Okay. So, debits. Meron daw January 1 balance after deducting the credit balance of 30,000 pesos. Okay, sige. So, gawa na lang natin ito ng T account. Okay, T account tayo sa accounts receivable. Accounts receivable mo daw, meron daw beginning balance na 530,000. Ayan. Pero binawas mo daw yung credit balance na 30,000. Dapat hindi mo ibabawas yan, tama? Kasi dapat liability ito. This is considered as liability. So, mag-add ka dito ng 30,000. O, charge sales. Pag charge sales, ibig sabihin credit sales. So, additional accounts receivable yan of 5,250,000. Charge for goods out on consignment. Ay, yes, charge. Receivable daw. Pero yung goods daw, naka-consign pa lang. Hindi pa talaga na-ibenta. Kapag consignment kasi, with regards to our discussion sa inventories, okay, meron tayong separate video discussion dyan. Antayin na lang natin. Pero pag consignment, wala pang sales yan. Pag wala pang sales yan, ibig sabihin, ignore lang tayo yan. Walang AR dyan, walang sales dyan. Shareholder subscription, contra equity account lang yan eh. Accounts written off but recovered. Ni-write off mo, pero na-recover mo lang din. Nung na-recover mo lang, or nung ni-write off mo yan, nag-debit ka ng AR, tapos nag-credit ka lang din ng AR, nag-credit ka ng AR, pero na-recover mo din, so debit AR, nag-credit AR. So, anong gagawin mo dyan with regards to accounts receivable? Ignore lang. Okay, ignore lang natin yan with regards to accounts receivable. Pero kung gagawa natin ng allowance for doubtful accounts yan, na-recover yan. Nung nag-write off ka, nag-debit ka ng 10,000. Nung nag-recover ka, nag-credit ka ng 10,000. Okay, tayo dyan. Okay, so ganyan yung nangyari for allowance for doubtful accounts. Okay na. Next. Cash paid to customers for January 1 credit balance of 25,000 pesos. So, nagbayad daw. Binayaran daw, nagbayad ka daw kay customer. Doon daw sa credit balance na 25,000. So, binayaran mo daw yung 25,000 dito. So, ibig sabihin, yung 30,000 mo dito, hindi na talaga receivable kasi binalik mo daw talaga sa kanyan. So, deduction tayo dito ng 25,000. Goods shipped to cost to cover January 1 credit balance. O yung binayaran mo ulit dito, nagbayad ka ulit ng 5,000, deduction tayo dyan ng 5,000 pesos. Okay tayo doon. Okay. 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 So, nagbayad tayo dito ng 25,000 and 5,000. Pero tama, itong balances natin na to, this is considered as advances. So, this is also an advances. So, wag kang malilito. Hindi ka nagbayad sa accounts receivable. Ang binayaran mo, advances. Nung binayaran mo yan, ang naging entry mo dyan is debit ka na ng advances and credit ka na ng, sabi na natin, sales and credit ka ng cash. So, ang nabawasan, advances, hindi accounts receivable. So, dapat wala kang credit of 25,000 and 5,000 sa accounts receivable. Okay, sana na-gets ha? Meron ka dito, deposit on long-term contract. Alam mo, long-term, non-current. Okay, non-current deposit yan. So, non-current receivable yan. Claims against common carrier. Yung mga claims, yung mga insurance kasi na yan, usually non-current or current yan. Okay, so part ito ng non-trade receivables. Not current. Advances to supplier, this is considered as non-trade receivable also. Tapos meron tayong mga credit balances o collection from customers including overpayment of 50,000. Collection from customers. Magkano yung total collection mo daw dito? Dapat nasa 5,150,000 lang. Kasi yung 50,000 daw kasi overpayment. So yung total collection mo lang dapat dito sa accounts receivable is nasa 5,150,000. Kasi yung 50,000 na yan, advance lang ulit yan. Okay, tayo dyan. Tapos merong write-off. Okay, nag-credit ka daw ng write-off sa accounts receivable. So meron ka ditong write-off of 35,000 and dito sa allowance for doubtful accounts merong write-off of 35,000. Merchandise return o binalik mo yung return. So minus tayo sa accounts receivable of 25,000. Allowances to customers for shipping damages o allowances kasama din yan 15,000. Collection on subscription, naku, deduction yan sa equity account. So equity account lang yan. So magkano yung mga balances natin dito? Okay, magkano balances natin dito? So, meron ka dito, 530,000 plus 30,000 less 5,250 less 5,150,000 less 35 less 25 less 15,000. That is equal to 585,000. So, this is equal to 585,000. Okay, tayo doon. Ngayon, dito, okay, what amount should be reported as accounts receivable? Magkano yung accounts receivable natin dyan? 585,000. Meron ba tayong nakalimutan? Okay. Okay. So, dito ngayon, tong 10,000 natin na to, na write-off or written off but recovered. Kasi dito nag-write-off ka ng 35,000, tama? Nung nag-write-off ka ng 35,000, ang assumption, this is included na yung write-off mo dito na 10,000. Which is dapat hindi yan kasama. So magkaroon tayo ng deduction na lang dito of 10,000. So 25,000 yan dapat. So 530 plus 30 plus 5,250 less 5,150 less 25 less 25 less 15. That is equal to 595,000. So what amount should be reported as accounts receivable? Letter B, 595,000. Okay, next, what total amount of trade and other receivable? O, nakuha mo na yung trade receivables mo, 595. Ano pa ba yung mga non-trade mo? 400 and 300,000. So that is equal to ito pala. Collection on carrier claim. May nakolekta ka daw na 50,000. So itong claim in common carrier mo na 400,000, nakolekta mo yung 50,000. So ibig sabihin, 350,000 na lang yung receivables mo. So magkano lahat ng current assets natin? Nasa 595,000 na receivable plus ito, advances to supplier na 300,000 plus yung claims and receivables mo na ito na 350,000. So that is equal to 595 plus 300 plus 350. This is equal to 1,245,000. Letter C for number 2 question. What total amount of other receivables should be reported under non-current asset? Magkano ba? This is letter C, 1,300,000. Okay, magkano yung nasa 1,300,000 natin? Or no, actually, ang sagot natin dito is nasa 500,000 pesos. Ito lang yan. Non-current receivable, 500,000. Wala lang sa choices. Okay, correction na lang dito for question number 3. This is equal to 500,000. Okay, so that is for illustration number 5. Next natin, illustration number Sa illustration number 6 natin, what is the amortized cost of accounts receivable on December 31? Amortized cost. Pag sinabing amortized cost, NRV lang yan. Okay, J Company provided the following data for the current year. Meron ka lang, T-account lang ulit tayo dito. T-account. O, meron kang beginning balance of 650,000. Credit sales, 2,700,000. Sales returns, 75,000. Accounts written off, 40,000. Collection from customer, 2,150,000. Estimated future sales returns, allowances yan. Dito na lang tayo sa mga allowances. Meron kang allowances na 50,000. Estimated uncollectible accounts, allowance din yan, 110,000. So this is equal to 160,000 and this is equal to yung receivable mo, 650 plus 27 less 75 less 40 less 150, that is equal to 1,085,000. Magkano ngayon yung amortized cost o yung NRV natin? 1,085 less 160, that is equal to 925,000, letter D for illustration number 6. Okay, let's move on. Illustration number 7. Okay, last hanggang illustration number 11 to. So, illustration number 7, sabi, what amount should be recognized as doubtful accounts expense for the current year? Kano ba ang doubtful accounts expense mo dyan? Sinabi, Luke Company prepared an aging of accounts receivable on December 31 and estimated that the net realizable value of the accounts receivable was 2.5 million pesos. Okay? So, 2.5 daw yung net realizable value ng accounts receivable natin. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung NRV mo is equal to the AR less the allowances is equal to your NRV. Yung NRV mo daw, 2,500,000. Okay. Tapos meron ka dito, allowance for doubtful accounts noong January. So, dito lang, gawa ka ng T-account dyan. Allowance for doubtful accounts. Yung January mo daw, nasa 280,000. Accounts written off as uncollectible, 230,000. Deduction yan sa ADA mo. Accounts receivable on December 31. So, yung accounts receivable mo daw noong December 31 is nasa 2,700,000. So, ibig sabihin yung ending balance ng ADA mo pala is nasa 200,000 para makompute mo yung 2,500,000 dito. So, yung ADA mo dito, meron kang 2,500,000. Or ending balance natin dito is nasa 200,000. Tapos meron ka dyang recovery. Yung recovery mo, additional yan dito, di ba? Na 50,000. So magkano yung ADA natin or magkano yung doubtful accounts expense? Expense ang hinahanap. Ito ngayon ang hinahanap sa atin. So squeeze in lang tayo dito. 200,000 less mo yung 50,000 plus mo yung 230,000, less mo yung 280,000, that is equal to 100,000. Kaya for number 7, illustration number 7, letter D, 100,000. Diba? Yan yung concept ha. Sir, bakit ending balance yun? Kasi nga aging tayo, diba? Aging. Pag aging of receivable, yung allowance for doubtful accounts mo is considered as your ending balance. Or isa pa, illustration number 8. Tara Company provided the following information pertaining to accounts receivable at year-end. During the current year, the entity wrote off 100,000 in accounts receivable and recovered 50,000 that had been written off in prior years. At the beginning of current year, the allowance for doubtful accounts was 150,000. O, meron ka na daw dyan, beginning balance ng allowance for doubtful accounts mo, 150,000. Under the aging method, what amount of allowance for doubtful accounts should be reported at year-end? Hanapin mo ito, 5% daw yung uncollectible. Ganyan lang yan i-analyze actually. 1.2 times 5% yung uncollectible. This is equal to 60,000. 900,000 times 10% uncollectible, 90,000. 1 million times 20% na uncollectible, that is equal to 200,000. Yung total uncollectible portion natin dito is nasa 350,000. Yan yung ending balance ha. Ending balance ang nahanap mo dyan kasi aging of receivable yan. So this is equal to 350,000. Okay? Ang tinatanong, magkano daw yung allowance for doubtful accounts natin? Ito na yan. Letter D, 350,000. Isa pang tinatanong, magkano daw yung doubtful accounts expense? Magkano daw ito? Meron kang ni-write off na 100,000. Alam mo, pag write off, debit balance yun sa ADA natin. Tapos meron ka daw recovery. Yung recovery mo, additional 50,000 yun dito. So ito na lang yung natitira sa atin. Squeeze up lang tayo dyan. 350 less 50,000 plus 100,000 less 150,000. Yung total doubtful accounts expense natin is nasa 250,000. Kaya number 2, letter B. Boy. Okay tayo dyan. Okay, next. Illustration number 9. Sa illustration number 9 naman natin, tinatanong what amount should be reported as allowance for sales discount, what amount should be reported as allowance for doubtful accounts, and the net realizable value of accounts receivable. Sabi, Delta Company sold goods to wholesalers on a terms 2:15, net over 30. The entity had no cash sales but 50% of the customers took advantage of the discount. Okay, 50% took advantage of the discount. The entity uses the gross method of recording the sales and accounts receivable. Gross method. An analysis of the trade accounts receivable at year-end revealed the following. O meron kang aging. O, collectahin mo muna yung aging natin dito. O magkano yung uncollectible portion mo dito. Okay, allowance for doubtful accounts natin. Magkano? Kung 100% collectible, walang uncollectible. So, 0. 95% collectible. So, 5% uncollectible. 1.4 times 0, 5 times 5%, 70,000 uncollectible. Tapos dito, 10% yung uncollectible. So, that is equal to 40,000. And ito, 50% uncollectible, 100,000. Yung total ADA natin is nasa 100 plus 70 plus 40. That is equal to 210,000. Okay, total ADA natin yan. Okay, next, sinabi dyan, Delta Company sold goods to wholesalers on terms of 2. This 2% for 15 days. 0 to 15 days. Ito lang yun, tama. Ang sinabi daw, 2%. Tapos 50% yung magtutok advantage. Magkano daw ang allowance for sales discount mo? Dito ka lang magre-refer sa 2 million. Kasi silang lang entitled sa cash discount eh. Yung mga age na 0 to 15 days. Etong mga to, overdue na. So hindi na yan applicable sa cash discount. So magkano ngayon yan? 2 million pesos. Ilan yung discount? 0.2 or 2%. Kalahati lang daw yung ina-expect, 20,000. So magkano yung allowance for sales discount? Letter A, 20,000. Okay, paano na-compute ulit? Ito lang yan ha, 2 million times 2% times 50%. That is equal to 20,000. What amount should be reported as allowance for doubtful accounts? Ito na, letter B, 210,000. What is the NRV? O magkano ba yung total receivable mo? 4 million pesos. 4 million pesos, wala ka namang write-off, wala naman daw sinabi dyan. Madalawa yung allowances mo dyan, 210,000. Tapos yung 20,000. So yung total net NRV natin is 4 million plus 210 less 20,000. That is equal to 3,770,000, letter C for question number 3 under illustration number 9. Last two illustration number 10. Sabi, the entity estimated that 3% of the gross accounts receivable will become uncollectible. What amount should be recognized as doubtful accounts expense? Okay, percentage of receivable naman po ito. Magkano ba yung percentage, ano ba basis ng percentage of receivable? Yung accounts receivable. Ito ngayon, 5 million. 5 million, ilan daw yung percentage? 3%. 5 million times 3%, that is equal to 150,000 pesos. Letter B, wag mong isasagot yung B. Kasi ang tinatanong sa'yo dito, doubtful accounts expense. Kung magti-T account ka dyan, meron kang allowance for doubtful accounts, yung 150,000 na yan, ito yan. Ending balance na yan. Meron kang beginning balance daw dito na 40,000 pesos. Ang hinahanap sa'yo is yung bad debts expense. Eto ngayon. So, magkano ngayon yung bad debts expense natin? Kung 150 yan, sorry. Allowance for doubtful accounts, naka-debit. Okay, pwede naman yan, naka-debit. So, ibig sabihin, nandito yan sa account natin na to. Debit. So, 150 plus 40, yung total bad debts expense natin is nasa 190,000. Kaya, number 10, illustration number 10, letter C. Okay? Yung concept lang yung concept lang ng percentage of receivables yung gustong ituro dito. Yung na-compute mo after i-multiply yung percentage is the ending balance. Pag hinahanap yung doubtful accounts expense, ito yun, yung bad debts expense, nasa squeeze up tayo dito. Sir, bakit may debit balance ito? Hayaan mo na lang yan, dito na lang yan. Nag-correct naman na tayo kasi at the end of the year, yung ending balance ng ADA mo na is nasa credit side. Last illustration tayo for the trade and accounts receivables. Illustration number 7. At the beginning of current year, Jamin Company had a credit balance of 260,000 and allowance for doubtful accounts. Sige, lagyan na natin dito 160,000 of credit balance. Based on the past experience, 2% of credit sales would be uncollectible. Credit sales, percentage of credit sales. During the current year, the entity wrote off 325,000 of uncollectible accounts. Okay, write off, ilagay mo na dito yan, 325,000 pesos. Credit sales for the year totaled 9 million pesos. Okay, hanapin mo yung bad debts expense natin. 9 million pesos, ilang percent? 2%. So, 9 million times 2%, that is equal to 180,000. Percentage of credit sales, yung 180,000, yan yung bad debts expense mo. 180,000. Magkano ending balance natin? 160 plus 180 less 325, that is equal to, meron to ba tayo? Okay, sorry. 260 pala ito. 260,000. So, 260 plus 180 less 325. That is equal to 115,000. Question number 1. What amount should be reported as uncollectible accounts expense? Ito yan. 180,000. Letter B. What amount should be reported as allowance for uncollectible accounts? Ito ngayon yan. 115,000. Letter A. Okay, so that concludes our discussions for trade and other receivables. Yun lang muna. Good luck. God bless. Sana meron kayo natutunan. Yun lang. And ciao!